A 30-year-old man who still holds on to his childish beliefs lives under the illusion that if a man remains a virgin until the age of 30, he will gain magical powers. Because of this, he never gets close to any girl. However, when his 30th birthday arrives, he realizes that this was just a false rumor. After this realization, his heart breaks completely, but suddenly his heart starts beating so fast that he dies. But the story doesn't end here. In the very next moment, a miracle occurs, and he is reborn in a new world. However, this new world also brings him despair, as there is no magic here either. Even his father has never heard the word magic, but he doesn't give up and thinks that if he can be reborn, then magic must also exist. While continuing his search, at the age of 6, he discovers something strange that seems close to magic. His experiment reveals something unusual. If someone expresses their feelings very intensely, magic can be released. In his first experiment, he proposes to his sister, and as his emotions surge, a glowing energy appears around him. At first, his sister gets angry at this, but later forgives him. Further experiments confirm that not only love, but also happiness, excitement, and joy can activate magic. But for now, all he can do is make his body glow. A month after this new discovery, he explores magic further. He understands that a strong emotion is necessary to activate magic, but maintaining it is difficult. One can only enter the magic state a limited number of times a day, and if someone uses all their magic energy, they become exhausted immediately. The more magic is used, the more magic energy increases the next day, like a training effect. Those without the potential for magic cannot see it, but those with the potential can not only see it but also feel heat when they touch it. But this knowledge alone wasn't enough. He wanted to explore magic further, so he tried to channel magic energy into his hand. As soon as he generated feelings of happiness, his hand began to glow. But for now, it was just a light with no practical use. One day, his father plans to visit a town near the village, and the boy gets very excited because he gets the chance to see new places. On the way, he notices a strange shop with the word elves written on it, but his father doesn't explain what the shop is for. However, his attention is diverted when he learns that in this world, goblins are very dangerous and terrifying creatures. Just hearing their name makes people tremble. His father, who is a great swordsman, gets nervous upon hearing the name and immediately calls all the young men of the village to form a team to eliminate the goblins. At the same time, all the women and children are hidden on the second floor of a house. The boy thinks everything will go smoothly, but then a goblin sneaks into the house. Its sharp red eyes search for humans. When it doesn't find anyone, it gets angry and starts destroying the house. The people hiding upstairs try to hold back their screams out of fear, but then a loud noise is heard from below. A goblin has broken through the door and entered. For the first time, the boy faces a life-threatening situation, but with an adult mind, he tries to stay calm. He signals everyone to remain silent. As the goblin moves further inside, people become more frightened. But just as the goblin gets close, a mother steps forward to protect her children. The goblin starts roaring, but then the boy quickly picks up a sword and prepares to attack. As the goblin gets closer, he grabs its arm. This small attempt doesn't harm the goblin, but then the boy feels something strange. He sees magic energy inside the goblin's body. Without thinking too much, he tries to activate the magic energy. A burning light shoots from his hand, burning the goblin's head and arm. The goblin screams and dies. The boy looks at his hands. He can't believe what he just did, but when he looks around, everyone is staring at him as if he's a monster. But then a girl, who is his friend, grabs his hand and says, "You saved everyone." However, the biggest problem now is that his mother is injured, and in this medieval world, there are no doctors available. So he comes up with a plan. He calls a village girl who does sewing and uses whatever medical supplies are available to perform surgery on his mother. Even the doctor is amazed by her professional approach. Then his father returns and tells him that it's not just a small group of goblins, but a large horde roaming near the village. But the most shocking thing is that when his father sees that the surgery has already been performed, he can't understand who did it. When everyone tells him that it was the boy, his father directly asks him, "You're just a child. How do you know all this?" The boy remains silent because he can't reveal his memories from his previous world. So he simply says, "I just know it naturally." This worries his father, who tells him to stop experimenting with magic because this world doesn't tolerate anyone with strange powers. If anyone finds out, he and his family could be in serious trouble. But the boy has already made up his mind. He will never give up his search for magic no matter what happens. When his father sees his determination, he realizes that saying anything at this point is useless. His father sets a condition that if the boy continues his magic research, he must report his experiments to him from time to time. The boy agrees without hesitation, and his journey brings him closer to magic. But developing magic isn't easy. He has a basic form of magic, but creating any kind of attack proves difficult. Because of this, he starts experimenting with natural elements. One day, he discovers that if he concentrates more energy, fire can ignite around his hand. This fire isn't the normal red color, but has a strange blue glow. However, it has no practical use, as he still can't create a projectile form of magic. While the boy is searching for new ways to use magic, his older sister reveals something unexpected. She can also use magic. Not only that, but local knight is also familiar with this technique. The boy is shocked that these people never mentioned it before. His sister and the knight thought he already knew about it, so they never brought it up. With his sister's guidance, the boy learns this trick and starts new experiments. The boy thinks of a new way to use magic and tries to generate fire magic using a flintstone. This magic is still basic, but it's the first time he creates a controlled fire spell. He names it Firelight. But besides fire, he focuses on another thing, lightning magic. For lightning magic, magic, he uses a special lightning ore. This is a stone that can capture lightning, but it's so dangerous that people stay away from it. With his father's help, he obtains a lightning ore and applies his magic to it. As soon as his magic touches the lightning ore, a red lightning flashes. This means that magic not only has the power to burn, but can also absorb different natural elements. After understanding this, the boy becomes confident that no one has yet seen the true potential of magic. But one problem remains. How can he turn magic into a projectile form? One day, while he's busy with his new magic experiments, his sister disappears. When he goes to look for her, he finds her secretly practicing swordsmanship. Seeing this, the boy realizes that after the goblin attack, his sister has been broken inside and now wants to overcome her weakness. He realizes that he has been so involved in his magic that he ignored his sister's emotions. But his sister isn't angry with him. She just can't forgive herself. By now, the boy has seen many forms of magic. Besides fire and lightning, another important feature of magic is that its shape can be changed. Earlier, he thought magic could only create round energy balls, but now he understands that magic can take any shape as long as he uses his imagination. While working on this new principle, he comes into contact with a weaponsmith. This man is his father's friend and has come to them for a special task. The boy listens to the weaponsmith and thinks of a new way to advance his magic research. The weaponsmith tells him that lightning ore follows a strange phenomenon. If two lightning ores are placed close to each other, a bright flash occurs. After learning this, a new idea forms in the boy's mind. The boy tries to refine the lightning ore in a new experiment. When the ore is refined, its nature changes. He obtains a new material which he names thunder alloy, or asoyi, or lightning metal. This metal is different from normal metal because it retains the properties of lightning. But as these experiments start to succeed, the boy notices something strange. The elders in his house are secretly discussing this. They say that if these magic secrets get out, not only will the boy be in danger, but the entire family could suffer a great loss. They fear that if the world finds out someone is creating magic, people will try to kill or imprison him. The boy now understands that having magic as a powerful tool doesn't just mean it's useful, it can also become a threat to the world. Now he has to decide how to move forward. The boy is shocked when he hears that he might not be his parents' real son. This revelation shocks him even more, as until now he thought he was in this world only to learn magic. But the more he researches magic, the more he realizes that his place in this world is part of a bigger story. During this time, he starts focusing on his new experiments. After learning to control fire and lightning, he now turns his attention to water magic. But here, a different problem arises. Water magic doesn't seem as easy as fire and lightning magic. When he tries to apply his magic to a lake, there's no reaction. Then a new idea comes to his mind. If this world's magic works like air, can he gather moisture from the air? During this experiment, at first, his hand feels slightly wet. But as he increases the area of his magic and uses more concentrated magic, a small water ball forms in his hands. Seeing this, the two girls with him are amazed. They also try to learn these new magic tricks. The boy is happy that he has discovered a new form of magic, but he also feels that magic research has entered a difficult phase. The boy realizes that just experimenting won't be enough. He needs to test the real power of his spells on the battlefield. Because of this, he decides to become a member of an adventure guild so he can officially fight monsters. But for this, he needs an experienced person to vouch for him. So he goes to the weaponsmith, but just as he starts understanding the guild's rules, his father arrives. Everyone is shocked to see him because his father is a diamond rank adventurer, the highest level of adventurer. People are surprised that a diamond rank fighter has come just to recommend some children. But his father isn't just annoyed by his mischief. He understands his son's thoughts and determination and decides to support him. In his first mission, he and his team have to fight monsters called kobolds. These monsters attack in groups but aren't very powerful individually. His father takes down a large portion of them first, giving the boy and his team a chance to practice. The boy tests his new magic. One hand concentrates the magic, while the other amplifies its power. When these two combine, a powerful explosion occurs, taking out several monsters at once. But just as he's feeling happy, a remaining monster attacks him at high speed. His sister and friend immediately react and jump into the fight to save him. Together, the three of them defeat quite a few monsters, but the fight proves to be physically exhausting for them. Finally, his father sees that his son and his team are tired and decides to take everyone back home. While everyone is relaxing, the boy hears a strange noise coming from an underground cellar. When he checks, he finds a large bird cage with a beautiful pink-haired fairy trapped inside. The fairy is afraid of humans, but when the boy decides to free her, she slowly comes out of the cage and flies into the sky. Before leaving, she gives the boy a deep look, which seems like a hidden message. This event gives rise to pressure peaks. The enemy dies instantly. His sister and friend have now become experienced fighters. His sister alone defeated 20 goblins in one battle. Both girls are now 12 years old and seem physically strong. But something strange happens. His sister starts showing a different kind of power. Her strength has surpassed that of an adult, and this could be a side effect of magic. His father becomes worried that if this continues, something bad might happen. One day, while everyone is working, the sky suddenly changes color. Dark clouds, red flashes, and a strange tension fill the air. Immediately after this, his sister suddenly faints. When the boy takes her home, he sees that she opens her eyes after fainting, but her reaction is zero. She just stares straight ahead with no response. Then a friend tells them about a new virus, sleeping syndrome. In this act, when the boy learns that no one has yet recovered from sleeping syndrome, everyone falls into deep despair. But his father doesn't lose hope and decides to take his sister to protect his sister. But during the journey, something strange happens. A bright red light appears in the sky, which only the boy can see. His father doesn't beings, and its scream was so horrifying that only the boy could feel it. His father didn't hear anything. The boy reached the doctor. The situation there is even more terrifying. The entire hospital is filled with children suffering from sleeping syndrome. The doctor himself says that all the people affected by this disease have lost all their magic energy. This means the disease isn't just a physical illness, but is connected to magic energy. Now the mystery has deepened. First, sleeping syndrome, then that strange, ghost-like creature that only magic users can see, and now the disappearance of magic energy. This couldn't just be a coincidence. The boy's father takes this problem to a powerful man in the city, the Duke, the most powerful man under the king. The Duke already knows about the boy because his father had informed him about his magic research. The Duke also understands that this disease and the monster attacks are part of a bigger problem. The city's people are dying from these terrifying ghost-like creatures and are also troubled by sleeping syndrome. No one has been able to find a solution. The boy suggests an experiment. If this disease is draining people's magic, maybe they can be awakened by transferring magic back into them. But this experiment could be dangerous, so he wants to test it on monsters first. The Duke agrees to this suggestion and sends a medical and monster research team with the boy. The Duke sends a medical team and a warrior team with the boy. This team is quite strange. A doctor who thinks the boy is just a small child, a warrior girl who is a princess and prioritizes duty above all, and a scientist who is so shy that his voice can barely be heard. When this team goes to find their first monster, a powerful goblin warrior appears. This goblin is more powerful than normal goblins and is only found in their lair, home. How did it get here? It's hard to understand. When the warrior girl attacks it, the goblin immediately throws her back. The boy uses water and lightning, but the attack is too weak. Then he thinks of a new strategy, using water as a conductor to enhance lightning. As soon as he attacks the goblin with water and immediately sends a lightning strike, the goblin can't withstand the attack and falls instantly. The warrior girl quickly finishes off the goblin and says with an attitude that in her country there are enemies even more powerful than goblins. But how will the experiment happen? Now the biggest question is, since the goblin is dead, what creature will the boy experiment on? If he wants to find a cure for sleeping syndrome, he needs to find a person suffering from this disease or another magical creature that has experienced this energy loss phenomenon. If you also want to know what happens next, like the video and subscribe to the channel.